long, and I am going to introduce four incredible women that we have in the room, and we are going to continue this conversation about symphony. So if you want to do a little wave, so we've got Jill Faw here, and a songwriter, singer of moving lines. She works with her husband. You've seen her on the stage before. You've seen her on the podcast before. They have a beautiful audio production company. They have been featured in Grimes Magazine, Lazy Indie Magazine, Worldwide Radio, playing in Canada, US, New Zealand, Australia, France, Berlin, Japan. I was like, oh my gosh, I was writing all this down. If you love big female voices, well, honestly, you came to the right show because that's what you're going to hear today from everybody. But she's known to have one. She can shake a stadium. And then Darby Mills. I mean, if you want to talk about a voice that has it, I mean, I still have memories from like Coconuts days and Rockin' Tonight days, and all the days, the Roxy days. So Darby Mills is a Canadian rock vocalist, a former lead singer of the Headpins, and in 1982 Darby Mills and Headpins released their debut album Turn It Loud. All right, and selling over 500,000 albums. She has shared the stage with ZZ Top, Whitesnake, Kiss, Loverboy, Bryan Adams, Quiet Riot, Heart, Pat Benatar, and the list goes on. She has performed for the Queen of England and is still sharing her talent in her own project called the Darby Mills Project. And then Buddha Baraka. You have seen Buddha on this our stages before, and look at it in the book. All these people are in the book. So Buddha Baraka, Telly award-winning producer, director, and powerhouse in film, music, and literature. Founder of the BBR Indie Films Festival and CEO of a nonprofit supporting homeless college students. And I'm going to let you make the announcement that I couldn't make last time because I don't know if we can make it, but if we can, I'm going to leave it up to you. And then we have Jameson Rye, Jamie Hamilton, and Riley Bremner. Our Vancouver Island, Canada, is in the house today. Duo. They are a powerful duo with an undeniable connection on stage, regularly playing live venues and major summer festivals. I know this is a busy time for all of you. Thank you so much for coming to the stage. What we're going to do today is we're going to kind of ask some questions. We're going to go around the room. And then if you want to ad lib, you're creative people, you can do whatever you want. So let's spend some time together. And we're sharing about Sisters in Symphony, and really we're sharing about Sisters in Collaboration. We're sharing about supporting our sisters. And so Darby, I'm going to kind of start with you and ask you, when did you start music professionally, and what do you feel was your first real gig?
Professionally, the first time I sang was in grade 10, so 1975. So that actually makes this year 50 years in the industry, because it was 2 years later that I actually graduated, left home, and started singing for a living. And when did I know? I'm not sure if I can answer that question, but what I will answer is there was a night I was in a band called Steelback in 1978 that was touring Midwest Canada and the coast and the island. And one particular night I went up on stage and a button got flicked. I felt that I was going to be a singer that night. I changed from just being on stage and singing to becoming an entertainer and a singer. And so much so, it happened so strongly that I finished the night and the boys in the band came up to me and said, "Are you on drugs or something? Like, what happened? You did something different tonight." And I went, "I did, and I got it. Tonight I got it." And it's been, yeah, I guess 48 years since of figuring out this crazy business of music entertainment and management and contracts and bosses.
Wow. Wow, 48 years. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. I've heard you many times. What a joy. What a joy. And Jill, what about yourself? So starting music, and then when did it hit for you? When did you feel like that? What was your experience of your first real gig?
Uh, well, I guess hold on a sec. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, you can. Okay. It was 2016. I always did theater. I always did choir, stuff like that. But I think when I first really realized what I wanted to do in music was when my hubby and I got together and we started doing music together. And in 2016, we did a little soup social for Summerland, where we are in the Okanagan here. And we were so nervous. And then shortly after, the Penticton Legion wanted us to come and play. These guys had this ZZ Top thing, and we were called the Tomber Wolves together. So we got up there and we played, and actually our memory just came up in Facebook, and I was like, wow, like where does the time go? It flies by. But yeah, that was, I guess, our first real gig. And then after that, I was in a Neil Young tribute band, and we were on stage in Peach Fest. And that was another kind of realization that I really loved being out there and singing, and kind of found out, what I wanted to do.
Right
So
on.
yeah, yeah.
Right on. It's funny, right? It's like when it hits you. So many times we're doing what we're doing, and then all of a sudden, like Darby said, there can be this moment where you're like, "Oh yeah, this dream came real," or "Oh yeah, I'm in it." So, and for yourself, Butta, hello, my friend, Butta Baraka.
Hey,
Hey,
sorry, my voice is a little gone, but I started when I was about 11 years old, taking it serious, doing the different talent shows and everything like that. We moved to Atlanta when I was 15. We started working with Bobby Brown's camp and Usher. Usher had just got his record deal, and AJ Alexander, who was his co-manager, was also our co-manager. But I think it really hit me when I had to decide on going to prom or performing in Miami with Queen Latifah. And it was hands down, it wasn't even a competition. I was going to perform in Miami. So yeah, that's what it was for me.
wow, very cool, very cool. Thanks for sharing. And Jameson Rye, you can share, your own experiences. Welcome to the stage. This is the first time you've been on Stand Up Speak Up, so thank you
Yeah,
for being here.
be here. No, thank you for having us. And yeah, we are Jameson Rye. And Riley and I, we've been doing music our whole lives, but as a duo, we actually got together, I think it's just over 2.5 years. And basically, since then, we've been nonstop gigging. And so I would say our first, real performance with our band was probably, I think it was September 2023 at,
Yeah.
yeah, it's called Esquimalt Rib Fest, and it was awesome.
Very cool. Very cool. So I'm gonna start back with you, Darby. And there's been so many people, I'm sure, that have inspired you in life, in your career, in music. What is something that kind of stands out for you that really made you feel like you were doing the right thing at the right time for yourself? Like who's really been a major inspiration?
Back when I was just a child living in my parents' house in the basement, unfinished basement, watching black and white TV, watching Ed Sullivan and Sonny and Cher, Tina Turner, Cher, Bette Midler, they were from before I have memory. I remember watching them on TV and just thinking, that's really cool. That's something that I'd like to do. But personally, I met Kenny Shields, who was the voice of Street Heart for many, many years, back when I pre-Headpin days at Spunky's El Morocco. And he came up to me and he was so kind and so generous and gave me all this advice, which later I talked to the rest of the boys in the band and they said, Kenny said that. Oh, he's lying. So, but I remember that day and that evening so well, and he's been a huge influence on me, just because he was different as a front man. He was quirky and he did himself, and he's gone now, and I miss him dearly. But thanks, Kenny. If you're listening, thanks, dude.
Wow, that is so beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And Jill, what about yourself?
Well, my first inspiration was my mother, who never ever wanted to sing in public. But we grew up with, I guess, what you call kitchen players. So everybody would sit in the living room, and my dad would play guitar and harmonica, fiddle, violin, like it kind of depends what was happening. Everybody would sit around and sing, and my mom would sing, and my sister and I would harmonize with her. So that was my biggest inspiration. And that natural thing, I think, of singing came from my mom. Um, but as I got older, of course, people like I kind of went a different direction because my family was more like Western, Roy Rogers, a little Dolly Parton, and I switched over to Whitney Houston, Aretha Franklin. Like I just have so many inspirations, and Heart, of course. Heart is one of my biggest. Um, and I mean, she's really my hero right now. Like she's still on stage through everything she's gone through. I mean, like what an amazing inspiration. Darby, of course. You're wonderful, and you're an amazing person too. And we're really, so lucky to know you and have you. Some other recent people are Big Wreck. So Ian Thornley is out of Ontario, and his range, one of his songs, Useless, and he held it out for like 9 measures. And I'm like, I need to do that. So it extended my range and my ability to sing not only anything from like opera, fantasy, metal to what men sing in the lower ranges. And I really had that inspiration to be like, I want to sing everything. I don't want any limits, right? So Ian helped me, and I was like, okay, how do I do this? So I got a vocal coach, and she's an opera singer. And over the years, she's got me to 4.5 octaves. So, I mean, that keeps me going for my inspiration. And now we're into German and Swedish AOR rock. So, I mean, my inspirations are always changing.
Thank you. I feel like you just took us on a journey there. I think that's about hanging in and being expansive, right? And staying true. Oh my gosh. And but Baraka, how about you? Inspiration, who now then?
So back in the day, first person I saw on TV that represented me was Diana Ross. Seeing her and her boa and her elegance and her style and her poise on how she would stand up there. She didn't even have to sing. She just stood or just did movements. And I was like, oh my God, I'm hooked. So she was the first for me. And then next would have been Brandy because here she is. I'm a couple of years older than her, but she was someone that was in my age range that was an actress and a singer doing it all over the TV and had crazy range in her vocals and everything like that. So those were the two that I really looked up to. Right now, I'm feeling Teddy Swims. I'm feeling all of the vibes, all of it. So I have a lot of different people that I like, but the first two people that really caught me was Diana Ross and Brandy.
Wow, Teddy. All right. And James and Rye, what about yourselves? Maybe even when you first started and now as a duo.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because we both have like totally different. We're a country duo. And I didn't really grow up listening to country. It kind of got cool again, I guess, as I was getting a little bit older. And I loved it. But my biggest inspiration as a kid was Christina Aguilera, because how can you not? And she has a voice like that. She's so good. I used to sing her in front of my like little closet door mirrors. And I would say my inspiration, I've always loved country. So Miss Taylor Swift, she was a huge one for me. And then I think together we kind of, as we formed a duo, obviously it's a little bit different. You kind of look for different bands, but we both really love the Wreckers. Yeah, that's so they're a great duo. And I think, yeah, and so many female artists in the country genre, especially like Maddie and Tay, they're a duo. Love Carly Pearce, Carter Faith. There's just so many. Yeah.
I think it's important to be inspired, and obviously you're inspiring. And there's people that are in our field, and then there's those people that step in. Darby, you talked about that. Now we happen to be in the industry, but those people that take time with you, like that, they take time with you. They listen to you, and that's what I believe. Some of what we're doing today, it's just like sharing, just sharing, the power of sharing. Or yeah, I can help you do a little easier in that. Oh, you need some help in marketing. Oh, okay. You want to turn your book into a film, or you know what I mean? All those things. And then it's the unforeseenness of how people come together. I think that's why we were so set on calling it Sisters in Symphony. I mean, this whole project is like that, but when you hear people in the same sector going, hey, yeah, and here, and let me introduce you, and oh my, and all of that, it makes it more rewarding. I think you might sing solo, but you don't feel solo. And I think that's important for our hearts. I'm going to go back to you, Darby, a little bit on, I mean, it's kind of a broad question in asking you what's your, some of your biggest joys, but maybe some of those moments that you were like, it was worth it, because we talked about it earlier and we talked about it yesterday about the stretch to significance, whatever that means, right? The things that you give up, it was like you gave up your prom and it was worth it because it's Queen Latifah. I mean, we all would be giving up our prom. We might even move our wedding date for that. But right, it's like next weekend will do. Hit the church, hit the justice of the peace. But any of those moments that you've had where it's been joyful, you've had that, yeah, good decision.
So to me, you're asking
absolutely.
for me, okay. Well, I've been so lucky. It's been a long time. I've been hanging around and singing for the Queen, having dinner with Chuck and Di. I don't know how I lucked out into that, but I think doing the tour in Europe with Whitesnake, touring across Canada with ZZ Top was interesting. A highlight, no, but a very informative tour with them. Who else? Kiss. Who else can say that Gene Simmons' daughter named their dog Darby? If you ever watched Family Jewels, I'm not sure if that was because of me or not, but I'm going to say it was because of me. um, um, yeah, there's been so many. I've had many highs and unfortunately just as many lows. And it's a tough industry to stay involved in. And yeah, I could go on about what's happening right now for me as a senior citizen in this industry, but I won't. I'll save you the chore of listening. But I've been really lucky, and I'm really grateful to still be trying and have the health to continue to sing as I choose to sing and not how a producer tells me to sing. So yeah, lots.
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's freedom, like the ability to choose is freedom. That's
There's a
beautiful.
price. There's a
Yeah.
price to pay.
Yes. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I see Butta Baraka knocking her head for sure, right? I think well, Butta, why don't we go to you next and share with us a little bit of things?
Well, yeah, it's definitely a price that you pay. I've been doing music full time for 18 years since 2007, straight touring and everything. And I've definitely had some amazing times. I mean, I never would have thought I would have been on the album with Collective Soul, performed with Zach Brown. I mean, I've worked with from Janet to TLC, Usher, some really cool people, Kanye West. So it's definitely been a blessing. I think one of the big highlights for me, because I am an independent artist, I don't have the backings of a label or any of that. And so it's word of mouth. And when I perform one place, that gets me booked to another place. So one of those things was when I got booked to perform in Dominican Republic. I was the headliner in front of 40,000 people. They had 3 LED screens and fire coming off of the sides. And I mean, I just felt like a freaking rock star. And I think that was like one of my highlights. But I've performed in front of the president. I've done a lot of different things. That's been a blessing again, especially being an independent artist. So.
Very cool. And Jill, you highlights, some joys, some interestings. I love that, Darby. ZZ Top, it was interesting. It's interesting. Some learnings.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, I guess first of all, the biggest highlight is the fact that my hubby and I get to play music, create music together. I mean, that I'm just very lucky and blessed that we can do that together. And I think what we have and that connection comes out to people in our music. So, I mean, of all the things that I've done, I mean, there's still so many things that we want to do. But when it comes down to it, we love playing the wineries and the intimate venues. And when people come up to us and they tell us the stories and how our music and the energy that we exude, how it affects them, that is always my biggest highlight. I mean, I we have played in front of thousands of people. We've played in front of two people, you know. I mean, if we only have like 5 or 10 people in the room and they all love us, our quality over quantity is enough for us, you know, like it's good. I mean, it's always a numbers race and that sort of a thing. But I think because we both have day jobs, so we don't do it full time, um, that on the weekends that we have that way to kind of connect with people. And that's the biggest highlight for sure. And of course, having our own studio, that's a big bonus that we can go in there anytime and we can just, oh, we're creative, you know, even if it's 2 in the morning or something, you can go in there and record something. And yeah, I guess that's our biggest highlight. And yeah, we just love
Wow.
music.
So many joys. And James and Rye, how about yourselves, either individually or together?
Yeah,
Some
I think
highlights.
like everyone said, it's obviously a really tough industry. Country, especially right now, there's a lot of women in country, but it is a very male dominated industry or genre, especially. I think for us, like the most interesting thing is so funny because obviously we were both solo before, but coming together as a duo, we get a lot of the, oh, well, what happens if you guys break up? What about this? It's always almost like people want to like pit the two together or against each other, even though you're a group.
Especially as women.
Yeah, they're always like, well, what if? And you're like, no, like, and for us, doing it together has been such a highlight because we get to go on stage every night with our best friend. Like it's just so fun to do it together.
We're so committed that we both got tattoos.
Yeah, we're both tattooed.
And I don't get tattoos.
When someone asks you, you can go talk to the wrist, talk to the
Yeah,
hand,
every
talk
time
to
I'm
the wrist.
that's
with me
fine.
now. Like I'm honored.
She convinced me after a year of anyways, but
Wow.
Yeah, and I think like the highlight.
yeah, I guess if we're going talking about highlights as well, it kind of started last year. We got the opportunity to sing on stage with Lee Bryce. He's another one of our influences and such a amazing human. So we got to sing one of his hit songs with Carly Pierce, who's also one of our inspirations. And from that, we got to actually write with his wife, Sarah Bryce, when we were just down in Nashville. And then this weekend, we got to, we're actually opening up for Nickelback at our hometown show. It's called Laketown Ranch. And yeah, we're just over the moon. We're super excited.
Yeah.
That's happening tomorrow, actually. So,
Right on. That's fantastic. I mean, I love how there's such diversity in your story, but not in your heart for what it is that you do. Like there's joy in your heart, and I think what that does is show variety in your sector and any sector. And so let's kind of finish with this. I'm a true believer in that words are powerful. We had this conversation earlier and we had it yesterday. And even when you're living your dream, even when things are coming, I mean, you're opening for a very cool band tomorrow, right? Even when you're living in your dream, is there other dreams? Is it in the same sector? Is there people that you still want to meet? Is there something that you'd like to experience? And it's really interesting because I think that we did talk about it earlier. Me and Leslie talked about it earlier. You know, you put it on your treasure map, you write it in your journal, you put it here, you mark it there, you keep it to your head, you tell your best friend, but don't say it. Is there something else that is a musical dream? Like someone you haven't met with yet, or someone that you want to share a stage with yet, you want to collaborate with, or anything. You want them to have dinner with you. You know what I mean? You want to hang out and have a martini. But is there still a musical dream? Someone that you haven't spent time with yet, or want to meet with, or want to sing with, or what have you. Darby, you've been doing this for a very long time, and you have a repertoire of some beautiful people you've got to spend time with. But is there still a musical dream that, we can put out to the universe here for you?
Actually, yeah, there is. I've spent since the start of COVID reteaching myself how to do video editing. And but I might be calling on you later. I have put together in those 2 years a 2-hour documentary of 21 songs and 21 custom-made videos, which in between I speak of my journey, and in the videos it tells my journey, which is a live show that we have now filmed in total at a TV studio in Vancouver. We've done the show live now twice at two Soft Cedars in British Columbia, and we're hoping next year to take it across the country. But I'm now sitting with 8 terabytes worth of film and footage of the live show, 9 cameras from the studio, and 6 cameras from both other shows that now I have to edit into a 2-hour special. And it's what I do with it after that. I've spent all this time, energy, and money putting all the devices together to make this work. I did have a 22-minute documentary on Tell Us by Demand called Queen of Scream. That's where my moniker came from. And so I know that I'll start with Tell Us on Demand to see if they would like to. I don't know if it's purchase it. I don't know how it works. I know that there are songs that I didn't write in this, but songs that I did write that are in it. So I know there's so much research that I have to do to bring this to light, but that's my next dream. That's what I'll be working on for the next 8 months. I'm sure putting all this footage together and then trying to figure out just what the heck I'm going to do with it. So it's called True Story. Tune in if you ever see that.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Congratulations. I've been watching that on social. That is fantastic. And you know what? I think it's beautiful when someone knows the story, like even just hearing a little bit of your story, how Ed Sullivan or Queen Latifah, or singing for the Queen, or playing for Nickelback, or the joy of music with your husband. I think when people hear the story or the depth, it just adds so much more. It adds so much more. Jill, how about for you? Is there still a musical dream inside?
I have a lot of dreams. I just saw Rhonda had said if anybody sang with Journey, that's a dream. I mean, I love Journey. I mean, yeah, wow. That would be pretty cool. Of course, to meet Ann Wilson, maybe someday. I can't meet Whitney and I can't meet Aretha, unfortunately. I'm sad I never got to see them, but they're always here. Everyone is immortal in their music, right? I guess my next dream is to be on a big stage. I want to tour out in Europe, and our new favorite bands to play with are like Kingdom Come. They've been around for a long time. Night Flight Orchestra, they're killing it over in Sweden, and they're just amazing. Care of Night, Tigers of Pantang, those guys are really cool. Sapphire Victory, like all these guys that are over in Europe. I mean, they are kind of what we're building, right? So it's our similar kind of music. And we would love to like tour and go on like festivals and stuff like that in Europe and just go and see where it would go. So that's the big dream right now. But like you say, our dreams are always changing. And like my girlfriend Leslie told me, she's like, you are living the dream right now. She's like, you have to realize to stop because we always get so busy, right? We always want the next thing to stop and say, how lucky are we? We are living the dream. We are making music. We're making ourselves happy and other people happy. So isn't that the goal, right? And I thought that was the most amazing thing. It's like, we're in it.
Gosh, thank you so much for sharing. We see you in Europe, my friend. We see you in Europe.
I hope so.
Planes flying there, you and the man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Betta, same question for you. Miss Betta Baraka.
So it's so crazy that Darby said that about her
I
project
know. I was like,
because I have a new gospel album. It's my first gospel album. It's contemporary gospel called Thankful that's out right now. And thank you. I turned the entire project into a film. And so it goes storyline, music video, and it's all cohesive and tells a full story. And it's literally how I got is literally about my life in the music industry and the ups and downs from the music industry. So um, that's something that we have in common, and
Mhm.
I do plan on having it. I have a couple of stations that are interested in it, so I'm pitching and I have to go back and film a little bit of it, but I will be dropping some of it. One of the things, Darby, that you might want to also think about is you can turn those into shorts because I mean you got the song, so I'm turning mine into shorts. I'm turning them into the actual music video, and then it's also a feature film. So I'm doing all three, and you should do the same and get it out there. Um, some of the things and highlights are people that I want to work with. I still want to work with Timbaland. I still want to work with Missy Elliott. They are just
Yeah.
the bomb to me. I want to do a song with Teddy Swims. I'm really feeling him right now, and with Pastor Mike. Now that I got into this contemporary gospel, Ty tribute and Kurt Franklin. So those are my vibes right now. And I'm going for the Grammy. I'm going for the Stella Awards. Yeah, I want all of it. I want the Dove Awards. I want everything that I'm supposed to get. And I just became a shameless plug. Just became a newly elected governor for the Recording Academy of the Atlanta office. So I'm super excited about that too. Thank
that's what I was waiting. I was like, can we say it here? Can we
Yeah,
say
we can
that?
say it now. I couldn't talk about it before,
I
but
know.
yeah, we can talk about it now.
All right. Congratulations. Oh my
Thank
gosh.
you.
And we are going to finish with you ladies. Dreams, musical dreams, James and Rye.
Oh,
I'm sure there's some dreams in there.
yeah. No, I love what you all have said. It's pretty cool to be in here in a room full of all women and just like and I think there's a couple gentlemen in here. But yeah, no, it's just cool to hear fellow artists and like-minded and all that. So,
Yeah.
but I think someone that I know we both love Lainey Wilson. I will say she's
We love her.
like a huge inspiration as well. Artists like Carly Pierce, Carter Faith. I think they're probably up
Yeah,
there.
people we'd love to
Yeah.
like meet and work with, and our next goal would just be to like get on a tour opening for one of them, or even Kelsey Ballerini, just like
Hmm.
their songwriting, their storytelling, and the fact that they're like women in our genre who are kind of breaking through and Lainey's really bringing back that like 90s country
Yeah.
vibe that we love and we like to play. So
Yeah, they're just kind of setting that example. Like we just love that all. We love being recording artists, we love being songwriters, we love being performers. And right now we just we're getting there. We're performing lots, we're songwriting, we're in the studio, we're releasing music, but we're just slowly getting there.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, thank you so much for sharing your dreams, some of the ups, some of the funky, the duration, the newness, being grateful for where you are, just that the whole world of music and the inside, a little bit of the inside scoop, you know. Is there anything before we kind of wrap up this incredible expert panel on Sisters of Symphony that anyone wants to say to close it out? Is there anything else that you'd like to say, ladies? Any of you?
I'll say thanks for having us. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
really-
absolutely. It
Yeah,
was,
thanks, Steph.
yeah, inspiring and motivating. Before we go, I'm going to just check in with my co-host, Miss Leslie Capps, Miss Wild Woman. What are you thinking?
Right?
Yeah,
Like,
right. It's
oh,
like, can you talk? Because it's
I
yeah,
know. I know. Right? And I get all geeky about music because, like, I love the huge expansions of ranges, right? I love Lainey Wilson, Kirk Franklin. I'm gonna have to check out the ones that Jill mentioned. I was like, ooh, now that sounds intriguing, right? And of course, Darby and all the entourage that she got to follow. And I bet there were some stories in there. Um, I think what maybe we're in the audience wondering, how can we connect with you on social? What are the socials that we can connect with you? How can we support you? Like, I already got my list, right? I'm gonna go look for everybody's albums and buy them. Yeah, so, but beyond that, what are ways that we can support you as artists and female artists? What
I was like, I got a finger up.
I can tell you right now,
go,
y'all can
girl.
just, I'm available for hire. Y'all can book me. I travel all over the world. I have no problem. You can call any of us up and we can do the shows. We speak. Look, I'm all of our representatives. We like to be on stage, so just call us.
There you go. You heard it
Absolutely.
here first, ladies. We're gonna start that as a side business.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah.
on socials, obviously the follows and all that are great, but even using the sounds in there on your posts, all those things count, and it just like shares.
Following on Spotify is a huge one, and
Cool.
just
Social media
downloading
is such a
music.
big game
Yeah.
nowadays that
It's all about
it's
numbers. So
yeah.
anything.
Oh,
Awesome.
let me throw this in there too. It's cool to stream, but download our songs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we get paid from the downloads. Them streams, we get 13 cents, 10 cents. Download, show your
Yeah.
support, download an album, actually book us, things like that that really shows us support.
Exactly. Bandcamp is another good one.
Yeah.
Bandcamp, especially the first Friday of the month, I would say like 99% of the monies actually go to the artist, and you get a high quality MP3 out of that. So, and yeah, and come and see us live, like you said, and book us, listen to our music, tell people, word of mouth. That's the biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe someday we'll just do a big women's festival. That would be cool. Drag everybody in. That'd be amazing.
Absolutely. It's been done before and it needs to be done again. And it
Yes.
needs to be done again. And it needs to be done again. Ladies, thank you so much. Please go into the chat. Oh, Darby. Absolutely. Hey.
Hey.
Oh, you're saying goodbye or you want to say
I
something?
was saying, I thought we were done. I thought we were
Oh,
done.
you're done.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's goodbye.
Yeah.
But put your information in the chat, whatever it is that you want. Look, there's a 262 Facebook group as well that is completely public. Put all of your things there. Put them in the chat. We get the word out. I think you all know me enough that, this happens pretty well. And connect with each other and everyone heard now what it is that you're wanting to do. So, Jill, you may regret that. Let's do a women's tour because you're going to get called out on that one. We're going to do something. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming and sharing. I know, Butter Baraka, you were feeling, you're having to feel to get in today. I had a little bit of a not feeling so great. So thank you for showing up. Congratulations, ladies, on all of your success and breaking barriers, because you don't get to tell stories like you're telling unless you broke some barriers, unless you went up against it, unless you had your back against the wall, whether you put it there or someone else put it there. You had to fight your way through that paper bag and you laid track. I mean, that's what we're doing, right? Like, we are making history right now for people to have it a whole lot easier, and people, cut path for us. And so you ladies cutting some serious path. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Our pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thank you for promoting all of us too, Deb. We really appreciate all the time and effort that you put into it. And
For sure.
yeah, you rock. You're awesome. Thank you.
All right, make the cut. Take the cut. Oh my gosh, thank you. Thank you. Well, we know I'm a bit of a music fan. All right, thank you. And a lot of these ladies are in the book, and you'll actually hear my chapters about music is my best therapist. And so you can see Darby and Jill and Butta and The Rock in the book, and quotes that are going to be coming. So we got to get your quotes there, James and Ryan, get it into the 222 quotes that are going into the planner. So thank you so much.